Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the Boujee Baby Leopard tutorial. It's a lot like my vinyl wrap video, but I really want to show you guys how I do those leopard spots with the gold foil. I start out with a 17-ounce straight from Craft Haven. And we're just going to mark off where our vinyl is going to come up on the cup, and that's just a stack of sanding blocks I have my pencil pressed against. We're just going to mark a straight line all the way around the cup. Next, you're going to place a strip of masking tape along that line. In hindsight, I would have used 1-inch masking tape for this part, and you'll see why later, but whatever. You'll want to make sure that you lay this tape really straight, because this will be the final line that we use to cut our vinyl, and also will mask off the center section of the cup later on. So take your time on that tape part. The vinyl that we're using today is printed vinyl from zindies.com. I just used a scrap piece, but you'd normally want to cut this like at least 12 inches wide by about 5 inches tall. And start off with your vinyl perfectly straight. You want about 1 inch of overhang on the top and the bottom. And I'm just pressing firmly, and I'm leaving the backing on as long as I can. I'm not even really taking the backing off, it's just being pushed off as I'm working along the cup. Once you get to the back, normally you'd want to have a little bit of overhang at this seam here, and then just trim the seam with your knife so that both ends of the vinyl match up. However, I hardly had enough to go all the way around, so mine just kind of ended up meeting up together. But anyway, that's how you'll finish that. And just try to smooth it out as much as possible. You'll want to kind of tug at the bottom here to pull it around the bottom. This 17-ounce straight from Craft Haven has a really sharp bottom edge, so you don't need to pull it all the way around the bottom like I normally would. And then we're just going to run our craft knife along that tape edge. Having that tape there makes it really easy to see where you need to trim off. Alright, so I'm reapplying my tape because I should have used 1-inch masking tape to begin with, but whatever. This is going to be where our rose gold glitter will be later on, so this masking tape will stay here for a while, so you'll want to make sure that you do take your time and place it really nicely. And if you messed up your paint at all, don't worry about it, we can fix it later. And I'm just applying a 2 1/4 inch circle to the bottom of my cup. I just think this circle of vinyl finishes off these 17-ounce straights really nicely on the bottom. You can totally skip this step if you want to, though. It's just kind of extra. All right, next we're gonna mask off that marble section with some saran wrap and tape so that we can repaint some of that base paint that got scratched and also apply our glitter to the pink section. All right, so we fixed up our paint. The marble section is still masked off, and I've mixed 10 milliliters of epoxy with about half a teaspoon or so of glitter. I'm using Bright from Peachy Olive Glitters, which is like a white kind of fine translucent glitter that shows that pink color really nicely. Is one of my favorite ways to do light pink cups. If you ever watched my quick glitter tutorial, it's the same technique as that. I'll have that video linked in the description box and in this video as well. Once you get your glitter and epoxy mixture totally applied to the cup and smooth, you'll want to put that on your turner and let it fully cure. All right, so after that pink section has been rolling for about a half hour, I come back and remove the masking from that marble section on the bottom and apply a thin layer of epoxy that has a super fine silver glitter mixed into it. Not too much, just a little bit, and it's gonna give that marble a really subtle sparkle that makes the marble look more realistic. I really like the look. So after you get this applied, you're gonna kind of let them go for a couple hours, maybe not a couple hours, maybe like an hour and a half, I think, and then come back and remove that center piece of tape. If you forget to remove that blue center tape, you're gonna have a really hard time getting it off after these epoxies have fully cured. So set a timer on your phone to come back and remove that center piece of tape. All right, after your pink and marble sections have dried, after about 8 to 12 hours, you're gonna mask those sections off and apply your rose gold glitter. However you wanna apply the glitter is your choice. I applied mine using epoxy method. And then after that dries, you're gonna epoxy the cup until it's smooth. So for me, it only took 2 coats before I was ready to move on to the decals. All right, and so for the leopard spots, you're going to start with black vinyl spots. I cut these at 4 inches wide by 9 inches long. And you'll want to make sure that you measure around your cup and measure the length of your cup, and that will tell you the height and width of the print that you're going to need to make sure that you have enough spots to go all the way around the cup. We also cut the black vinyl lines at 11.5 inches wide by 0.15 inches tall, and those are the black lines that will go around the rose gold section in the middle. So I like to hand place these spots for this particular design. Obviously you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I don't know, I just kind of like the look of them being a little more scattered than how I would normally do it. After you got your spots placed, you're going to take your vinyl strips, and while leaving the backing on the back of the strip, you're going to start where the seam of your marble vinyl is, and that's where you're going to start your line. That way you kind of have all the seams in the back in one place. And I just sort of pull the strip taut, and don't pull it too tight because you could stretch the vinyl and it's going to look weird, but just kind of holding it at a pretty firm pressure. You're going to just roll the cup and try to like eyeball where your line's going to go. There's no real easy way to do this. I mean, you could try and like lay tape down as a guide, but I just try to follow the existing lines that are there from the glitter. Alright, so next we're going to take some glue stick. I just have some regular like Elmer's School glue stick. And I'm going to get this rose gold leaf. I will have the link in the description box where you can find that gold leaf stuff. And you're just going to use your glue stick to mark a little kind of messy little dot in the middle of the leopard spot. And you're just going to pull off a small piece of that gold leaf and just really gently put it in that glue and just kind of bop it with your finger. Bop it a couple times, but don't do anything crazy yet. And you're going to leave all that excess right there. So you're really just kind of bopping on a really, just kind of random piece there. Don't worry about the edges looking wonky yet. We're going to fix that here in a minute. And you're going to go around the whole cup in the center of all those black leopard spots with your glue stick and just apply a real small piece. Okay, after you have all those pieces glued on, you're just going to come in with a paintbrush and just kind of brush off that excess really gently. If it looks like it's pulling off too much, you're just going to come in and kind of press with your finger a little bit to push it down. And just remember to not brush too hard. You'll want to make sure that you're brushing off any kind of excess pieces from the cup while you're doing this, and brush off the excess little flyaways from your desk so you don't have any like random pieces get stuck to the cup that you miss later on. And you're just going to go around and do that to all the spots until they're all kind of cleaned up and firmly adhered to the cup. Alright, so once you've got all your spots smoothed out and all those flyaways removed from the cup, you're going to want to seal this a couple times with your favorite spray sealer. I use Rust-Oleum 2x gloss clear spray, and you're going to want to do like 2 generous coats of your spray sealer because the stuff tends to like move around when you go to put your epoxy coat on. And so after this, and after we sealed it, we did a couple layers of epoxy and we were done. So stick around for our next tutorial. We're definitely going to go over how we make those little matching keychains as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you love this video, you could check out our last video here. Also be sure to find us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and of course subscribe for all our new videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.